Welcome back, everybody. 7 Minutes for Seniors. I am Chris Wilson, occupational therapist with Modified Independence, and this is Susanna Barton, the author of How to Mitigate Geri-Drama in 20 Easy Steps. This is our second segment of 7 Minutes for Seniors. We are coming to you from the Cathedral Gift and Bookstore right here in downtown Jacksonville. What a cool place. I've never been here before. I've driven by it. I think I've parked in their parking
Yeah.
lot to go see patients at the Cathedral residences, but
Yes.
yeah, it's absolutely really cool. So,
Yeah.
second segment, let's go a little bit deeper. I know we kind of
Okay.
put some frosting on it, but
Mm-hmm.
let's go a little deeper and talk about exactly how, because you don't help seniors, but your book helps families and seniors
Mm-hmm.
plan for the future. So,
Yes.
how would you say that you help seniors?
Well, I help seniors by kind of backing up, encouraging these conversations about preparing for, I call it our second half, or our senior experience, our golden years. Although that's kind of cheesy, but I my platform is to encourage people to have these kinds of preparation conversations long ahead of time, long before there's a crisis, way before there is a problem that needs mitigating, long before the challenges come up. So, by doing that, having those conversations earlier, it helps seniors eventually be better prepared to approach any situation that may come up.
So, in the first segment, you were talking about there's three specific areas that you
Mm-hmm.
feel.
Yes.
What were those? What were those three areas?
So if I list 20 steps any adult can take now to better prepare themselves for um, the senior years. But the top three, in my mind, are to prepare yourself legally, financially, and medically, meaning prepare your advance directives.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if someone can just get in on those three angles, meet with an attorney, an elder care, elder law, or estate planning attorney to get in line your power of attorney documents, your will, which is a big deal, and your medical power of attorney. That's great. That is a great starting point. And then the financial section, if you can meet with an estate or financial planner long ahead of time and kind of look out to the future and kind of think about what some of those costs may be. And third, to really think long and hard about your capacity for care, when you're in a situation, how you want to be treated medically, and in a healthcare environment, what your thresholds are for
Yeah,
that by having some advanced planning.
it's amazing. We take money out of our paycheck and invest it into a 401k, or for
Yes.
this generation, a pension that we lived on and everything like that. And um, I always say you can't work overtime as a senior,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Once you've retired and you can't work overtime and make more money. So,
Mm-hmm.
why do we spend our whole lives planning for this time period, like in our mind, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Hey, Bob, what are you going to do when you retire? Oh, I'm going to be on the golf course.
Yeah. Right.
Like, so we make all of these grand plans,
Yes.
right?
Right. Right.
Uh, while we're this age, and
Mm-hmm.
then we get to our senior life, and we don't bring in those professionals, those people that can help us answer those questions. We just
Right.
think, well, I'm just going to bury all the money in
Mm-hmm.
a box in the backyard, and then whenever I need money,
Mm-hmm.
then I can take it out. But the
Or
problem is,
hope it is enough, or
or
that
hope it
kind of
is
thing.
enough.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, if the cost of things has doubled in their lifetime, then the money that they earned that day is only worth 50% of the money that they need at that
Right.
time. So you really need to talk to these professionals
Yes.
and help them help you come up with a game plan. Otherwise, why did you squirrel all of that away?
Right.
Because like the lawyer that I spoke to the other day, he said, it's amazing how life just seems to take people that didn't make plans and turn them upside down and shake all the money out of their pockets,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yep.
know, to the
That's what
point that
happens.
you end up with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you take care of yourself,
Right.
especially if you live longer than your money?
That's right. And that impacts families, that impacts communities, friends, everyone
Hmm.
around that person who's been,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
been shaken up like that.
And I've always been convinced of that as a therapist. I've watched it happen numerous times. It's
Hmm.
like this machinery just gets a hold of people,
Yeah.
and before you know it, they don't have the assets that they thought they had. They don't have the health that they thought they had. They don't have the support system that they thought they had.
Yes.
Your neighbor is the same age as you, which
Right.
means they're having the same problems as you. They can't be
Right.
going and getting groceries for you. You
Exactly.
know.
And the thing is, no one can predict any of this.
Hmm.
All we can do is think, kind of be a contingency, have some contingency plans in
Hmm.
mind, but it's never going to be exactly what happens.
Right.
But meeting with professionals, and what you do also is, maybe it's part of the financial piece and part of the advanced planning to kind of be aware of this. I mean, that's something you need to know, that people like you
Yeah.
exist. What you do
Hmm.
is important to thriving as an older adult in your home, if that's where you want to be. So I think all of these things um, are important, but mainly fit under those three categories of: are you prepared legally, are you prepared financially, and are you prepared from a medical standpoint?
Yeah, yeah, and I like the word thriving.
Hmm.
It's important because it's not just living.
Exactly.
Like
Right.
you don't work your whole life just so that you can exist
Right.
in your home. You work
Yes.
your whole life so you can thrive, so you can visit your grandkids halfway across the country, and you can go
Exactly.
see, you know, Paris or whatever. Like you
Hmm.
you do this on purpose so that you can do those things, and
Exactly.
that's really what thriving instead of living is all about. And
Yes.
that's what this book is about: helping the senior and their family
Yes.
figure out what they need to do in order to thrive as they age.
Exactly.
Right?
It's about seizing opportunity, having the ability to seize opportunities and thrive because you plan for it.
Right. And if
Yes.
you look, it's not a really thick book.
No, and even
Okay.
the homework book isn't that
Yeah.
thick.
No. No. I mean, grand total. What
That,
are we looking at? We're at like 100.
yeah, it's nothing. It
Yeah.
goes by real quick.
Yeah. And it's a big font. It's easy to read.
Yeah.
It's conversationally written. I
Yes.
love the way that it's written.
There's
So
some bad words in it, but it's okay.
it
Just a
won't it
few.
won't hurt your
No.
feelings.
No.
It expresses the frustration of somebody who went through what you went through with trying to help your
Yes.
family. So,
Right.
well, I appreciate you. This has been our second segment of 7 minutes for seniors.
Oop,
We got one of those reminder timers.
right.
This has been our second segment. Make sure you go back and check out the first segment if you haven't seen it, and stay tuned tomorrow for our third segment. Take care.